I'm sorry, I can't assist with that request.
It just came out. You've been here for over 2 years. Thank you, my friend. Jay's covering this case respectfully. Thank you. Remember, for 25 months. I appreciate you so much. Let me get to this real quick. All right, look at this, guys. This and I agree with the pure evil. We don't even know what else is in there. Look at this, man. People are now look at this. Maybe they're on the spring. Maybe they're on the spring. Look at that, guys. As soon as it starts, bugs are. Tell me that's not evil. Yes. Joe's apartment. Yes.
Hello.
Hold on real quick. I got it. 1 second, guys. They're peeling it back. Oh my God.
Hello.
So you guys can see people are motivated to go in there, and they're motivated to film this and get it out there what was happening. Sultry Jasmine, my goodness, guys, since this is hard to stomach, I just want to break it up with a little something funny. You see Joe's apartment. Joe's apartment was all about cockroaches. I'm obviously not going to play the music, but I'm just going to put it on for a second of what that house looks like. It's Joe's apartment. I know, me too, but that's being videoed by the people that are not supposed to be in the house. I know, no gloves, and they're just ripping it apart. You know what all that is? Those are cockroaches moving those things. And as soon as I popped onto that breaking news video, there was bugs and bugs and bugs, and I can hear them peeling the clothes off from each other. All right, so there you go. There is the Cider's house. We don't know who Joe is just yet. Well, we know who Joe is. If you know about Joe's apartment, it's Jerry McConnell. You know, I believe I got his name. Jerry, what is his name? I don't know. But Joe's apartment, look it up. All right, look it up. That's a movie. You remember that, Mab? Look at that. That is the house, man. Might as well just put that there and be like, oh, yeah, this is a crime scene. All right, let's continue. FLDS does not consider, I know they don't, but it is illegal. All right. They in jail and they are clean, right? Otherwise, someone's going to sit there and be like, go back to the shower. Go back. Jerry Connell. Yes. Thank you. I said O'Connell. Okay. That's Joe's apartment, my friends. If you're not of that age where you know when MTV came out and this movie, go find Joe's apartment. It's right on YouTube and it's for free. It's an hour and 19 minutes and you can watch it right now if you want. Well, not right now, but you can go watch it when we're done here or right now, whatever you want. All right, let's get back to this for a moment.
And I did not believe that they were. But that was what was going on in that case. You had some mental illness. You had people who were not terribly bright in the first place. There was some abuse going on. The wife was being abused by the husband. But the really scary thing, what kind of work did they both do? Fast food. They both worked. I won't say which.
Oh, okay. I'm going to go forward a little bit because I don't care about the other couple. I want to hear about this. What are we talking about?
How much? I'm going to follow up one more because Tony and I were talking about this yesterday with this case. You know, we're doing the best we can to solve all the problems of the world. Yesterday, when we cover cases like this, and I know I've had very close people in my own life that were able to, I wouldn't say save themselves, because I don't think anyone goes in kind of save yourself mode. They just have an experience that saves them because of a good, rich, healthy experience. And it didn't take much. It took a summer camp and going to a summer camp with good exposure, good, healthy people that they could recognize a yin from the yang. You know, a lot of times we don't know the horrors we're in unless we have context. And like the poor children here don't have context, except this is the only lifestyle they know. That's why some of the descriptions come out as so horrendous. So going to that, how much does it take what does it take to give, and what kind of exposure and at what ages do you think it would take to kind of infiltrate a sect of our society that is impoverished? There's because we were talking about it yesterday too, you know, that when the tax base in this local area or even a state doesn't support any services, what can you do? Does it something like a camp, can it make a difference? Is it a volunteer? Because again, the child welfare system and a lot is overwhelmed. Even though you have great people, you have people in there taking advantage, you know, from the welfare state, being able to, you know.
Are you answering your own question and saying your own question? Because he still hasn't got to that. He still hasn't got to it, and I'm waiting. But anyway, Mo, thank you for being a member for 18 months. Doesn't surprise the toddlers were the worst. We all know that 18 months old toddlers do. Everything goes into their mouth. Poor babies probably ate something that made them deathly sick. Right. That's just a part of the abuse that we know about. All right. Watching on my TV so I can post. Well, hello, Jody. Good to see you, my friend. Lexi, they served food to people. I don't know, I guess. But that's why you see why they call it evil, right? That's just a fraction of what we saw. Oh, they had a mattress. Okay. And they had a couch. And then the couch, there was no cushion. So maybe they sat on the springs. All right. I don't know what he's saying. I didn't hear this yet. But it was playing and I was like, this is interesting. Let me
make
see.
Money off of having more kids. I mean, it's so twisted.
But that's not what they did here.
Long narrative question to what is it? What can you do at that lower grassroots level?
Well, I think your point is well taken about just even any kind of corrective experience like a summer camp can do some good for a child and can help them gain a perspective that there is another lifestyle out there. There's another way to be in the world. But for kids who are this deprived, who have, some of them don't even know how to communicate normally, apparently they don't have speech. This is going to be a tough road, and they're going to really need to be in a permanent, safe environment with normal people who can model for them everything that they've missed growing up developmentally. They need lots of support, ideally some therapy, you know, that would probably go on for a long time. And really you're looking at trying to, the rest of their lives, undo these early years.
And that makes sense. 110% the younger group are going to have probably maybe a harder time initially, but once they get past that, like 2-3 years old, it will be ingrained in their routine. I actually think that the older ones are going to have a lot more damage, not because they're older, but because they've lived like that their whole life and they really don't know. That's why they didn't talk, guys. That's why when the law enforcement came in and said this 18-year-old is going to be charged, they're charging as a child endangerment for this 18-year-old. That's why, because she didn't talk. They said she didn't know how to write her name. Well, come to find out, she has social media and people were talking to her. They got away with this for 18 years, Faith, over Fear 2.0. Over 18 years because they had an 18-year-old. All right. So, I mean, what she's saying, I'm going to pull this down for a minute. It's too long-winded for me right now. I will get back to it. But this House of Horrors, the investigators using birth certificates and DNA, and this segment, my goodness, this is like, it's the next chapter in this freaking case. Let's start off with here.
All right, my wife will take the last $5 out of her pocket and buy somebody a meal, and chance running out of gas to get home. If we didn't know this was that way, we would have helped. Yep.
So for more on where the investigation stands now, I want you to hear my conversation with LA Magazine reporter Lauren Conlin, who's been.
She's everywhere, but no, it was a really good conversation, and it's extended past what we saw with Jesse.
All over this story.
Not
hey, Lauren,
same,
it's good to see you. This is such just a disturbing case on so many levels. Everything about it. I was kind of skeptical that like all 16 kids were born in the hospital, but the new reporting I'm seeing is that there are birth certificates for all of them. Is that true? And if so, do we know how then did the officials not keep up with these kids and they just sort of disappeared off the radar?
You're right, Brian. So it was ABC6, a local affiliate, who actually was able to pull all of the birth certificates for all 16 children. And they confirmed that all of.
All right. So guys, I'm just stopping for a second so we know that you heard this. Okay. Again, inside the House of Horrors, I think I showed you a lot of the inside from multiple views. So we can check that off. as far as our clickbait list goes. All right, Mama Sage, good night. To Deb Stearns, Deb, I just texted you. Where are the baby formula or diapers? Yeah, it doesn't make sense. None of that makes sense. There's just a ton of bugs running around and rotten food. What happened?